A man wakes up beside a woman. He rises, dresses, and starts looking around. He seems disoriented and new to the place he is in. He then hears a strange sound beyond the walls and approaches the window. He peers out the window to see what was going on. At the same time, the woman wakes behind him, confused. She asks who he is. He explains he simply found himself next to her upon waking. When she asks what she tells her, he was next to her. She wonders aloud where they are. He has no answer. He was even hoping she might provide one.
I was hoping you might know that. I can't remember.
Despite the haze, she says he feels familiar. He admits the same. It's as if some connection exists, though neither can trace it.
I just don't know how.
I don't know it.
She questions how long they've been there. He guesses it's the beginning, just the first day. That's when he notices a band wrapped around his wrist. She wears one too. It dawns on them. They must have chosen to be there together. Elsewhere, a boy hums to himself as he wanders alone. The place seems deserted and he plays alone, running around. A man sees him, intrigued. He questions the boy gently. He asks what he was doing there and what he is trying to say. The boy doesn't answer. Then, seeing the boy is alone, the man urges the boy to follow.
Come on. Come on.
The two begin walking side by side. As they move, the boy fixates on the man's watch. The man explains its purpose. It is called a watch and it tells time. But realizing the confusion it would bring on the boy, he specified it doesn't really tell time, but it shows the numbers. After this confused explanation, he straps it onto the boy's wrist.
And now.
They continue on, the man whispering to himself, repeating odd phrases, and the words "now" is here, as if trying to ground himself in time.
We're somewhere, but soon we'll be there because now we're here.
The boy eventually lags behind, distracted by objects scattered along their path. When he finishes playing, he runs to rejoin the man, who greets him as though they're meeting for the very first time.
Oh, hello there.
The man asks the boy if he is alone. He then gently reassures the boy again, urging him to follow and promising to protect him. Noticing the boy is not saying anything, he asks if he is quiet. He then sees the oversized watch on the boy's wrist. He offers to keep it safe and takes it back.
Now who gave you that? That's too big for you. Here, I'll hold on to that.
Together, they enter a derelict house scarred with shattered windows. The man points out that all the windows are broken. Then they get inside. The place is full of debris and the man looks surprised by it.
Wait here.
Once inside, the man finds an umbrella among the debris. He then breaks into sudden song and begins dancing, swept up in a burst of energy. Elsewhere, a woman named Miranda methodically prepares herself. Tidying up, she cleanses herself, but there is no water, just powder and oil. She then goes out and puts on her contact lens. She then puts on a necklace and touches a button on it. It triggers an artificial voice. An artificial voice addresses her, announcing the start and greeting her. Then it tells her that it is time for a self-diagnostic memory test and asks if she is ready.
Are you ready for your self-diagnostic memory test?
Yes.
The assessment ends with a report. Her likelihood of infection is under 0.12%. Far off, in a secluded house nestled in the forest, a researcher pores over research about recovering memory.
Memory recall is improved when attempted in the same environment.
He keeps flipping the pages trying to find something that makes sense, but he struggles to do so. After this, he heads outside to chop wood. Later, he ventures into the trees. There are ropes tied to the trees leading the way. He is confused and wonders how he knows what to do.
How can I know that I don't know?
After wandering for a time, he reaches a quiet river. There, he lets a strip of aluminum foil drift into the current. Meanwhile, the man and woman who woke up beside each other earlier stumble upon canned food. She samples one. She tells him that it is sweet and hands him one to try. As she tucks her hair behind her ear, he mentions he knew she would do that, though he can't explain why. She asks what else he knows and asks what she is going to do next, but he doesn't know and can't explain it either.
I know that I know somewhere.
The woman gets up and looks at herself in the mirror. The two still have no clear idea who they are or how they came to be there. The man speculates they might be siblings, but the woman calls him to where she is. They stand side by side and she points out there's no resemblance. She proposes they might be a couple.
Maybe we're married.
To test the idea, they share a kiss. She asks what he thinks, and he asks to try one more time. She leans in for another kiss, and it feels instinctively right. They conclude they must have had a romantic bond.
I guess we're together.
I guess so.
He apologizes for not recognizing her, but she tells him she knew she loved him as soon as she opened her eyes. He echoes the same feeling. Back at the broken-down house, the old man and the boy remain together. The confused man tells the boy that they need to go home. He then picks up a stick and draws a house on the sand.
Is home.
While the man tries to open a can, another stranger bursts in and assaults him, attempting to steal it. The old man is knocked out cold. The man turns and looks at the boy. Without doing anything, he gets out of the place. As he walks, he eats the can of food himself. The boy curls up beside the injured man to sleep, but by morning, the man still hasn't stirred. Alone again, the boy gets up and continues forward by himself. The teacher returns to his quiet cabin and starts preparing food. There are notes attached to the wall guiding him through everything. Following that, he managed to make a fire and cooks his meal there. He then resumes studying his collection of notes and books. He's chasing a flicker of familiarity, hoping that somewhere in the pages, something will awaken a buried memory. Elsewhere, the man and woman continue piecing themselves together. With no memory of their true names, they decide to try and remember their names. She suggests calling him Bill, but the man jokingly refuses.
Not Bill. No.
She keeps trying out names that feel right in her mouth. She then names him. Ben and the man agree. He then calls her Jenny. She thought it was weird at first, but he brushed it off, saying it is supposed to sound weird since she is saying her own name.
Jenny.
Well, Jenny.
He wants to check the upstairs, but she hesitates. But he pulls her with him, and they venture beyond their room. As they walk on the hallway, the woman, now Jenny, points out that all the doors are the same, and they will get lost, but the man, Ben, reassures her.
We'll get lost.
No, we'll remember. Ours has our blanket.
They search for signs of others. The hallway is cluttered with wreckage. Then they enter another room like the one they were in. Ben picks up a match and lights it. He is surprised that he knows how to do it. Jenny asks that they get back to where they were. Ben agrees and picks up canned foods to take with them. When they go back to their room, Jenny remarks that the environment feels strange. She thinks they got it wrong. Ben disagrees, saying it feels the same to him. Jenny wants to stay and tidy up, imagining they might make a life there, but Ben resists. It doesn't feel like home to him.
We wouldn't live here. Look at this place. We must be on our way to someplace better.
He suggests they should be on their way to find a new place. Something inside tells him there's a better place waiting. Jenny challenges his instinct, arguing that safety might be enough. On top of that, they have food. Ben counters this place is empty, the food supply is low, and they are utterly alone. He promises that if they find nothing better, they can return. Maybe that return will trigger more memories. Jenny is uncertain, but chooses to trust him.
Trust me.
After this, they get dressed and exit the building. They looked around to see if there was anything familiar, but there wasn't. Far from them, Miranda trains with her father, running through simple exercises. Later, they share a meal. He asks about her cello practice. She answers vaguely. He tells her she never lets him listen, but she stays silent. He asks if her piece will be ready soon, but she nonchalantly tells him it doesn't matter. But her father protests, saying that what she does is who she is. As long as there is an admirer of things that are uniquely human still in existence. Miranda stops him.
Papa. And I want to be a piece in your museum.
She simply tells him she doesn't want to be an art piece in his museum. He asks what's wrong with her, but she doesn't have anything new to tell him.
I wish.
Meanwhile, the young boy, now traveling alone, encounters a woman. She greets him warmly and tells him she has wonderful things inside her house. She then leads him inside and they get in.
Come on, this is my house.
She's gentle and curious about the objects around her. She shows him her stuff and picks up a crown. She wears it and tells him that she is a queen. After that, she helps him wash up, feeds him, and after dinner, takes him to a room full of toys. There, she tucks him in with a bedtime story.
There was a kingdom filled with people.
Back outside, Ben and Jenny explore a nearby playground. Jenny, now at ease, laughs and plays. Ben is still a bit reserved. Jenny then slides down with childlike joy.
Whoa!
Ben hesitates, then joins her, momentarily forgetting their confusion. Elsewhere, the man who previously attacked the old man is roaming. He seems angry at everything. He screams and hits stuff. Then he spots a young woman. She sees him too and runs. He chases and briefly catches her. They fall on a mattress, but after a bit of a struggle, she escapes. As he gives chase again, he's suddenly halted by the sight of a white horse. Frozen by the surreal image, he steps back, stunned. Later that night, Miranda lies in bed, listening to music, flipping through old photographs. After turning off the music, a new melody catches her attention. She follows the sound into another room, walls covered in paintings. Her father stands before one, lost in thought. She watches him silently, then slips away without a word. Ben and Jenny keep walking and stumble upon a crumbling, abandoned church. Like the buildings they've seen before, it's filled with shattered glass and broken wood, but something about it feels oddly safe. Jenny thinks they have been here before, and Ben agrees. She then tells Ben that the place makes her feel big inside. As sunlight filters through the stained glass, casting color across the ruined floor, they pause to laugh, embrace, and share a rare moment of peace. Upstairs, they spread out a blanket and sit together. The tension between them melts away as they grow closer, eventually becoming intimate. That night, they sit by a fire. She struggles to remember a melody. She keeps humming, and Ben, looking at her, asks what it was. But Jenny doesn't know.
I don't know.
Her thoughts then shift to deeper thoughts, wondering about the last time either of them fell asleep or where they'd slept before. Neither can recall.
If we don't ever remember going to sleep, if we go to sleep now, then...
The thought unsettles her. She shares her theory, saying that if they sleep now, they won't be able to remember anything the next day. Fear creeps in as she voices her worry that waking up might feel like meeting for the first time all over again. To avoid that, they decide to stay awake, clinging to the hope that they will still remember each other by the next day.
Don't say that.
How?
At dawn, the young boy wakes alone in bed. He picks up his bag and walks to the door to leave. Finding the door locked, he climbs out through a window and continues his journey. Elsewhere, Jenny wakes beside Ben. They stare at each other, blank. She asks who he is. The night before is gone. Neither remembers a thing. The boy, still wandering, reaches a forest. At the same time, the researcher is in the forest picking up sticks. He then sees the boy standing in the distance. He glances at him and tells him to go home, but the boy insists on following. They finally reach the researcher's home, and he turns to ask the boy what he wants, but the boy stays silent. Thinking he is just probably angry, he decides to let him in. Inside the house, he gives the boy food and warns him not to touch anything. He then goes back to his studies and keeps reading his notes as the boy sleeps on the couch. The next day, the researcher wakes up and finds the boy reading. He didn't question his existence. Instead, he tried to talk with him, admitting that he felt off, cloudy. Outside, they go to the place where he chops wood. He tells the boy that his body remembers how to do things even if his mind doesn't. He asks the boy to collect sticks. Chopping wood, he says, isn't a child's task. He warns him to stay close.
Don't wander too far away from the cabin.
Ben and Jenny, now strangers again, walk through the ruins. She says she doesn't know his name. He admits the same. They start guessing. She throws out Mike, but it doesn't feel right for him.
Max?
She then calls him Max, and he thinks Max feels right. When he should call her, she doesn't know. He suggests the name Katie, and she settles on Katie. They both accept these new names and begin repeating them to each other, as if anchoring themselves. While walking, Katie steps on a splintered piece of wood and injures her foot.
What happened? What happened?
Ben, now Max, tries to comfort her, but she is in pain. He tells her to rest while he finds water. He rushes into a nearby house and gets inside to look for water. Shortly after, he emerges with a bottle of water on hand, but the reason for getting it vanishes from his mind. He stands there confused. Thirsty, he drinks the water himself and wanders away, forgetting Katie entirely. Katie is still sitting where he left her. Elsewhere, the man who once assaulted the old man comes across a row of abandoned cars. One by one, he smashes the windows with a baseball bat. After breaking into one, he rummages through it and eventually falls asleep inside. He doesn't sleep for long. A group arrives, waking him with a flare and dragging him out. They beat him until he lost consciousness. When he regains consciousness, he is being assaulted. He screams, but they don't show mercy. After this, they leave him lying in the street. Sometime later, he picks himself up. He sits leaning on a wall, crying silently. He then finally gets up and gets on a building. Standing at its edge, he considers jumping, still crying, but the reason slips away. The emotion fades. He forgets why he is standing there or why he is crying. He quickly starts smiling.
Hey!
He goes back to how he was before and begins hurling bottles at the people below, screaming at them. At their underground home, Miranda sits alone, braiding and unbraiding her hair. Later, she sits with her father for dinner. She tells him she no longer wants to live in the bunker. He assumes she means skipping their usual evening routine, but she clarifies that she wants to leave the bunker entirely. He seems surprised, reminding her that she's said the same thing since she was young, and he thought she'd grown out of it.
Everyone left could be fine and we wouldn't know.
Miranda insists that things outside might be better than he believes. He disagrees. If that were true, someone would have reached out by now. She brings up her mother, suggesting they try to find her. He shuts the idea down, calling it impossible. Whatever happened back then, he says, wasn't minor. He reminds her how lucky she is, but Miranda doesn't feel lucky. Her father worriedly tells her if they leave the bunker, it would be a matter of time before they lose everything, but Miranda thinks the outcome is the same either way. Elsewhere, Katie wanders the empty streets alone. She is trying to find anything she knows, but there is nothing. Giving up, she rests under a bridge, but she continues her journey again. In another part of the world, the researcher notices that the boy is interested in his bicycle. He then teaches the boy how to ride it.
When you pedal, you're gonna want to go around in a circle, like this, okay? Okay.
At the same time, Miranda performs a cello piece for her father. He watches from nearby, proud and quietly emotional. Once the music ends, Miranda stands and asks her father to leave with her. He refuses. As she walks away, he pleads with her, warning that leaving means giving up everything that defines her, her music, her identity in him, but she's made up her mind. She walks out of the room. Outside, Katie stands on the shore, staring into the water, before slowly stepping into it. Meanwhile, the researcher secures a rope to the boy and lets him wander into the forest. Then he returns inside and resumes reading his notes.
Solidifies the memory trace. But how?
As he reads, he reflects. When the same neural pathways are triggered again, memories can return. Repetition strengthens recall. He mutters to himself he must retrace his steps, repeat the pattern. But the problem persists. He can't remember what the pattern was. How can he relive a memory he can't even recall? He begins to wonder how many times he's already tried and failed. Later, Miranda sits in her room looking at photographs. She retakes the memory exam. This time she answers incorrectly on purpose. The AI flags her as high risk for infection. She ignores the warning. That night, while her father sleeps, she puts a note on the nightstand and quietly sneaks out of the bunker. The researcher, still chasing memory, begins taping drawings and symbols around his house. These become his cues, clues for what he wants to remember. Afterward, he goes back to the boy and helps him ride the bicycle again. This time, the boy succeeds.
Boy. You got it.
Miranda finally emerges from the bunker and stands under the open sky. She takes a breath, scanning the unfamiliar world. For a moment, she remains still, caught between fear and wonder, then walks away into the unknown. Elsewhere, Katie searches through the ruins for useful items. Rain begins to fall, forcing her to find shelter. As she ducks into cover, she spots Max. They lock eyes. Both notice they're wearing identical wristbands.
We have the same bracelets.
Though no words are exchanged, something unspoken passes between them, a flicker of recognition neither can explain. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our recap. Like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.